Hey guys, Carl here making another Rocket League video. Today we're going to be covering flicks. So I talked about this in my dribbling tutorial and I showed you a few examples of sort of things like this and the flicking of the ball. So I'm going to be talking about how we do that. Alright, so if you haven't looked at my dribbling tutorial, I highly recommend you watch that first, but if you already know how to dribble, then stick around, because you should be able to keep the ball on top of your car, sort of similar to this. If you're up to this and you've got that 100% down, then you're at the right place. So there's many different sort of flicks out there. I think I talked about the tornado flick, something like that, or you got our normal flick. You can just drive straight and flick the ball over like that. A flick is really good at, say, in a 1v1 situation. Might have our opponent in goals, you're dribbling the ball and you can flick it over on top of him. Because in theory, a flick is easier to get in the air than if you say double jumped. It's faster. And you can change the ball direction a lot easier. Alright, so I'm going to show you a few different sort of flicks. The most basic one is just keeping the ball on and doing a front flip. Alright, really depends where your car is. So when you're doing a flip, you have your car inside the circle. Alright, let's turn around. Alright, so we want to get our car inside the circle. Alright, a little bit in the back half of the circle. And as you're dribbling, you just want to do a normal front flip. You'll see it pops the ball up and pushes it nice and far in front. Alright, you can also do diagonal flips, so you can get your car and do that sort of flick. You can do a normal side flip like this. That one's a lot harder and probably not as easy to control. So you can do a flick like that, just pops it up. That'd be... I think that one's sort of faster at getting it in the air. But there's a good flick you can do. That's the beginner flick. After that, you want to try and learn it's called a tornado flick. So you would turn your car around. The way we do this is we have our car, and using these buttons, the ones that make us spin this way, I'm not going to say which one because I'm keyboard and mouse, you want to turn your car either 90 degrees or you can turn it 180 degrees, however far you want to go, even just 45 degrees works. But using that combined with a backflip is a very good flick. So we can do our 45 degrees and do a backflip. We can do our 90 degrees. It's not sometimes a backflip, but you can do a diagonal flick like that one, which is just that sort of flick if you're jumping on the ground. Alright, so we do that. We go turn our car and do a flick like that. I find this one is a lot better. I'll put a little montage of these flicks in, and you can see how effective they are. Alright, so we'll have our ball. I can do a little flick like that. Or if we do our 180, this is a proper tornado flick. You go all the way around and you can flick it. Obviously, some of these are a bit more advanced and take a lot longer to practice, but you can see it picks up a lot of speed. If you get it right, you can get some real height on it as well. Alright, so say my opponent's directly in front of me, I might want to flick the ball to the side. He'd have to readjust his positioning a lot to be able to save that. If we go out sideways, sometimes it just confuses the opposition, and yeah. Alright, go down. Yeah. Alright, so that's the next step to flicks. Then there's something called a musty flick. I'm sure if you guys look that up on YouTube, there'll be some more in-depth details about how to do this one. But the general idea is sort of pushing your car forward like this. Right. It's generally the idea behind it. I'm not the best at it, but it's something like that. It changes the ball's height and really confuses the opponent. Like if you saw that coming at you, right, the guy tilts forward, You think, what is he doing? And it can really get some speed on the shot, like upwards of 100 kilometers an hour. So it's a very good move. I'd recommend looking elsewhere for that tutorial there. Then we can do flicks aren't just for the ground and dribbling. So I've been showing you this just on the ground. There's many different ways you can do it in the air. So we've got it in the air. You can try and flick it like that. Instead of power hitting it like with the front of your car, you want to try and roll it. So it's on the top of your car and you roll it in the air. You can implement the musty flick in the air if you want. So it's like, I've lost my flick because I took too long, but that's the most recent flick that I've been trying to do in the air, just a musty flick. So you come up. Yeah, that's very hard, but trust me, they look good. Alright, so to do the flick, you want to try and just aim that ball to be on your windshield. So we look at our car. On the windshield on our very front is where you want the ball to be sitting, and that's when you do your roll. The more it sits to the back of your car, the harder it is, but also the higher the ball will go. So if it's back here and we flick, so there we missed our flick. If it's on nicely, we can get some higher flicks, especially when doing the tornado flick. Let's be going tornado flick. There you go. See that height? That's, yeah, pretty good. Be going, get that ball flat, and many different flicks. This isn't so much a tutorial on how to flick, because I know it's probably not the best. It's just showing you the different amount of flicks that are out there. So go to another big YouTuber, he'll have a better flick tutorial with animations, but just really keep that car on, and you can even just do a normal backflip. So keep the ball on, and yeah, it's harder. Using the backflip gets a lot of height on the ball there. And so yeah, just flick it over that opposition. So going, and backflip. There you go. See, lots of height. So you can set your opponent up, set your teammate up. You don't want to set your opponent up. Set opponent, yeah. Then you can turn that into an aerial. Lots of different options. Alright, so we might catch the ball. Oh my god. Right, here we go, try a musty flick. There you go. Sort of similar to that. Alright, so if I was the opposition I was watching, I'd be like, alright, what's this guy doing? It's backflipped. And then you go and hit the ball. But if you time it right, and you're actually next to the ball when you do your flick, it goes very far. But yeah, I'll definitely look that up if you're interested in that. Yeah, something similar to that. Alright, that's generally it. I might put a few clips of me doing flips in and all this stuff, just because it is really effective and probably the biggest move used in a high competition gameplay. Just flicking your opponents. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Drop a comment on what you want to see. But yeah, alright, peace.